Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great, great world. We're going to talk about XRP. We're going to talk about the banks, a little bit of everything. But I have one question. How do you all feel about the current banks? Do you feel we should bail them out or just let them fall? Think about it. We're bailing them out, which is going to lead to higher inflation, meaning me and you are going to be paying higher prices for things when we go to the store. So how do you feel about it? Put it in the comments section down below. Do you feel the bank should fail, or do you think they should get bailed out? They said, don't buy crypto, but yet here we are. And it's the banks that are crumbling right before our eyes. When crypto markets took a hit after the collapse of FTX and other crypto lenders last year, some crypto critics repeated the mantra, let crypto burn. Now it's the big banks that are faltering, including Credit Suisse and First Republic, after regional banks, including Signature Bank and Silicon Valley Bank, sparked a cascade. As a result, Moody's has downgraded the entire banking sector. Now, I know they bailed out Credit Suisse as well. If let crypto burn was a snappy way of saying that operating outside the financial system means more personal responsibility and heightened risk, fine. Crypto natives understand that concept. But now we have a chance to turn a critical lens on the traditional financial system. And we already know that the current financial system at some point is going down. So they could usher in CBDC. So why even bother bailing them out at all? But I do remember last year when FTX fell. All over the mainstream media news, there was the narrative, crypto's dead, get away from crypto. This is the worst thing that could ever happen inside of crypto. But we knew better and we stayed in it. Why? Because we know at some point crypto is going to turn around. It looks like it might already have been started with Bitcoin crossing 27K. And that's why we continue to hold it. And we already know that the current financial system is a waste of time. Anybody in crypto knows they're not going to get the type of gains they get in crypto from the traditional banks. Silicon Valley Bank files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Silicon Valley Bank announced that its plans to seek bankruptcy protection to find buyers for the assets it currently holds. SVB filed a voluntary petition for Chapter 11 bankruptcy at the United States Bankruptcy Court for the Southern District of New York to preserve the value of its assets. The filing shows that SVB Securities, SVB Capital's Fund, and general partner entities are not included in the process. But they just said that SVB is the safest place to put your money. Let me tell you something. Anybody who got their money out of this bank should run from any bank. They should find a different place to put their money. Maybe silver, gold, maybe even crypto. Especially now, it looks like crypto's about to run. Yellen says deposits over 250K won't be protected. Expect to lose all your money. Get out of the banks now. And anybody who has over $250,000 in the banks definitely should get their money out of there. But we also know that they talked about bail-ins at the FDIC. I kept making videos telling people, get away from the banks now. If they're talking about bail-ins, at some point you are going to see those happen. Interesting. The FDIC denied Reuters reporting that buyers of SBNY must give up the crypto portion of the business. Reuters reported that FDIC spokesperson told the news service that the agency would not require divestment of crypto activities as part of the sale. Why would they ever want to sell off the crypto holdings, especially now? Bitcoin just crossed $27,000. It looks like maybe this could be heading up to the blow-off top at some point at the end of this year. If I was to buy that bank, I'm definitely going to hold the crypto associated with it. Ripple CTO Joel Katz defends FTX promoters. Now, I like the way David always comes out and talks for people that are facing a lawsuit like this, and this is a $1 billion class action lawsuit. Ripple CTO David Schwartz has weighed in on the issue, defending the influencers in a series of tweets. Schwartz argued that it is not reasonable to expect a paid promoter to do more than minimal diligence on the companies they promote, and that there are strong policy and free speech reasons to keep it that way. The Ripple executive also highlighted the potential consequences of imposing liability on promoters in the absence of wrongdoing, stating that it would be harder for legitimate businesses that are smaller, newer, or in riskier sectors to speak through spokespeople. He further argued that imposing liability on promoters could lead to censorship of both crypto companies and promoters. Now, me personally, I don't want to promote anything. I want to come on here and talk about ISO coins, utility-driven cryptocurrencies, because I know they're a safe bet. I know they're a safe investment. They are at some point going to give you life-changing money. That's what I mostly care about talking about. But I do understand some smaller crypto companies might have to pay an influencer to go out there and push their product so that they could get some money to continue moving forward. That's fine. But if you know something is a blatant rug pull, definitely you should never talk about it. XRP joined the bullish market uptrend amid expectations of Ripple versus SEC summary judgment. Now, we know XRP started moving upward, and a lot of people already feel that Ripple has this case in the bag. They're definitely going to win. But I'm hoping that this wraps up as ISO is going live as well at the same time, because I want to see where XRP, what the true price of XRP is, because I believe the price we're looking at right now is very suppressed due to this lawsuit. Did you know Judge Torres, a third-generation Puerto Rican judge, comes from a family renowned for their advocacy within the Hispanic community? Father, grandfather are social warrior legends. She knows they're watching. Now, if you come from a family like this, that has that instilled in them about doing what's right, how can anyone think that this judge is corrupt in any way? Like I said it from day one, I believe she sees through the corruption at the SEC. I still believe she's going to rule in favor of Ripple, and I believe she's going to do what's right for the United States and what's right for the people, like the XRP holders and the XRP community. Judge Annalisa Torres said that her grandfather imprinted upon my father the principles that Latinos who have been afforded the opportunity to obtain a higher education are morally obligated to advocate for the rights of the Spanish-speaking community. After a stint in the Assembly, Judge Torres worked 15 years in the New York office of the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development, where he rose to Director of Civil Rights and Equal Opportunity. Mayor Edward Koch appointed him to family court in 1980. He served in the criminal court as an acting Supreme Court justice and was elected to the Supreme Court in 1987. He served until 2001. Even on the bench, Judge Torres continued to lobby for the appointment and election of more Hispanic judges. He was instrumental in founding what became known as the Latino Judges Association. Carlos Cuevas, a former city clerk and friend of Judge Torres since they were Boy Scouts in East Harlem, said of him, he was concerned about the guy on the street and whether he got a fair trial. Anybody who talks like that, she is going to rule the right way. She has no ties to corruption, in my opinion. Ripple released new job roles despite legal battle with the SEC. And Ripple is still out there hiring, even while this case is going on. And that to me tells me they already know what's going to happen. They know they're going to need all these new people to push forward in the coming years. They're going to have to, because Ripple has nonstop growth throughout the world. And this case has not held them back in any way. FedNow service launch marks first step towards U.S. digital dollar. Now, right away on crypto Twitter, there's all kinds of controversy over Cypherium. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And we know it's all about that SVB and Signature Bank falling that is sparking towards a CBDC as well. Federal Reserve leverages Chinese blockchain firm Cypherium. But what is Cypherium? Cypherium doesn't smell too hot to me. The exec team is made up of 2 Chinese individuals, and advisors are 2 Indians, none of which are American. The company is a Chinese company and the Fed is leveraging them. Doesn't smell right. But then we see how our government has ties to China, people in our government, leaders. And this would always make sense to me because the Fed, for some reason in this country, if it's a U.S. company, they try to push it away. I don't understand the logic in that. When Ripple is a U.S. company that they could utilize right now to fix the current financial system. And they could utilize it in the new financial system. So why would they go with Cypherium? Well, you know how good the Fed's track record is and our government's track record is? It tells you right inside the U.S. national debt, $31 trillion, almost $32 trillion. So they have a terrible track record already. Maybe they'll go with Cypherium. Maybe it'll fail. Then that could create an emergency situation where they have to roll out an actual CBDC. But I believe at that point, they'll also find a reason to utilize XRP and Ripple. I don't care what anybody says. They might use Cypherium here in the US, domestic payments, but anything going cross-border, I still feel it's going to run on RippleNet, utilizing XRP and that ODL. People could argue all day with me on it, but that seems like the logical choice in the end. Algiers, Argentina, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Iran, Egypt, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Sudan, Syria, Turkey, UAE, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe are among the countries showing interest in joining BRICS and seeking alternatives to the West's financial system. This is something that should be all over the mainstream media news all day long because these countries are coming for the US dollar. And the Fed is going to need something to bail us out of all of that once the US dollar starts to collapse. What do you think that can possibly be? There's only one solution: XRP and on-demand liquidity. But this definitely should be being talked about. BRICS are growing stronger and stronger. More countries want to join. It's just a matter of time. I feel the US dollar is going down one way or another, and it's going to happen very soon. All it's going to take is Saudi Arabia to go out on the world stage and say they are no longer going to accept the US dollar. That's it. That would end it right there. It would send the US dollar plummeting in value, leading to what comes next. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.